components received heavy damage. Next, the astronauts check the exterior video feeds and notice part of the hull was damaged as well, but they don't find the moment of impact on the recordings and there are no error messages sent by Earth either. They reset the power in the system, but everything looks fine. Franks decides to go check the damage again while John records a message for Houston explaining the situation. While doing so, he remembers his next meeting with Zoe at a cafe and how she helped him with a video game level he was stuck at. They ended up talking a lot and John shared how he had no family, which was why he had a good chance to be chosen to go to Titan. In the present, Franks points out that since everything is working well and there doesn't seem to be any dangers for the crew, they should continue with the mission as planned. Nash protests, saying it's too early to tell, so Franks starts considering the possibility of the ship having structural stress that caused it to decompress. John refuses to believe it since Zoe was one of the designers, but Nash runs with it, saying this could end up in an explosion when they do the slingshot. Frank tells them to work on repairs while assuming structural stress is what's happening and once again announces they'll continue as normal until they receive word from Earth. While working, John keeps thinking of Zoe and the night he visited her at her home to finally have their first time together. He's suddenly woken up by Nash, who still thinks flying on a damaged ship is an awful idea and they should abort the mission. At that moment, the lights and screens flicker for a few seconds and quickly return to normal. Nash runs diagnostics, yet there's no sign of power failure. They're interrupted by Franks calling them to his office, revealing he heard their conversation. He points out that if they go back to Earth and Houston confirms there's nothing wrong with the ship, they'll be in big trouble. Franks reminds them they must work together as a team and sends them back to their pods. John starts getting ready and remembers the morning after with Zoe, who said they should just be friends with benefits because he could be leaving soon. Nash approaches John again and tells him that instead of choosing 90 days of sleep, he should set 89 days and 12 hours. That way they can wake up before Franks and do the slingshot in the opposite direction to return to Earth. However, John refuses, saying this is mutiny. A desperate Nash shares the story of a facility in Antarctica where the crew found a crack in the ice shelf that was making its way toward the station. They wanted to evacuate, but their commander took out